Welcome to Mastering Reference and Avoiding Plagiarism workshop. You know me, I'm Yasin Asadi, and you can know more about me on LinkedIn. Let's go on and start. Why citation is matter? Everyone who attend this meeting or webinar know that this is very important to know how to cite and what is the importance of citation. One of them is give credit to original author, strengthen or augmented arguments with evidence. When you want to prove something that you already know, you have to use references or citation from other scientists or other information sources. And the most important thing that we have to know that avoid academic penalties. Because if you're doing some wrong, for example, plagiarism or citing or unciting something that you are talking about, you will be penalties. And for avoiding this kind of trouble, today we'll learn about how to cite, how to avoid plagiarism, and using some software to help us doing this better. So we have to know some of the styles. We call this citation style or format that we are using a standardized format for citing from other sources. For example, APA is one of them that we will see about that. But for example, we want to know that how it is look like. What does it look like? It's look like this. A parenthesis start with name and the date, and at the end of the reference or article or the topic you are talking about or reading, you will have a bibliography or reference list. We call it bibliography or reference list. It starts with the name and dates and the title, and at the end we always have the book name or press or the journal name. This appearance or style or formatting, we call it APA. It's almost used for psychological and humanitarian and anthropology and other social sciences. They are doing this. Other kind of style that almost all of you know that is IEEE for engineering and technical resources. We use it with the citation with a square bracket and numbering system, and at the end of the reference list we use it with the exact number and the name of the person we are citing and the text or the title of the reference we are using, and then journal or book or conference, whatever it has, and we have to cite the exact number and pages of the journal or book or something you are citing. At the end we are the date. Maybe in some journals it has variation and differences. We will talk about that later. But for now, this is IEEE. The next important style we use is Chicago, mostly for history and social science. Sometimes for history books you will see that a lot. We use it like a footnote. You know that footnotes, it's kind of the superscript numbers, and at the bottom of the page we will have the explanation and description, and at the end of that we have bibliography or the citation list or reference list without numbering. The order of precedence is alphabetically. So you have to use one of these three or maybe some other variation of that, but these all three are the main styles or citation formatting you have to use. For more information, before you are writing your thesis or journal paper or conference paper, you have to read the guidelines from the websites or going to the library of university and ask them about the formal format of citation in their journal or book or thesis. So we have some citations style, and we have some software to manage this all of data. When we have lots of data, we have call it a database. We need a management system for managing these databases. We have here some program that doing this all management and organization for us. Some of the advantages they have is saving times for us and reduce errors. And other thing that I already said, that organization. It helps us to organize the order of the precedence and the order of the citations, or deleting or reordering of them very good. One of the most important things is never lose the source again. Maybe in the process of writing your paper, you lose one of your sources, but here you don't, because it tracks all of the resources you are doing it. Some of the features that some of these programs have is collaborate seamlessly, or for group or collaboration group. It has some feature that you can make some group and share your resources and citation with the people are joined to the group. And some of them has very good security, and others have some other features. We will see what is this. And other thing that these management system or reference managers do is cite while you write. It is very important to keep track of your writing. Everyone who writing a thesis or journal know that cite while you write is very important and very tricky, because sometimes you lose track or you lose numbering system. All of these things I said, and these reference manager doing for you freely and very fast, but you have to learn first how to deal with them. I'm collecting some of them here and naming 3 most important citation or reference management system, but there are more of them. You can see that Zotero, Mendeley, and EndNote. Zotero is free and you can find it online, but it has some issues. In academic arena, people are saying to use Mendeley or EndNote. EndNote is for large organization and proprietary, and you have to pay for premium version, sometimes costly. But this Mendeley is freemium. It means that it's free, but some features, for example, have more than 2 GB storage. You have to have paid for premium, but it's worked very good. It has private groups, plugins, and you can have PDF heavy research with this. Today we are working to learn Mendeley, and when you learn Mendeley, you can handle all kind of other resource management systems or reference management systems. So let's start. I will share you this slide with you, and you have a question, ask me, and at the end of the webinar I will read them and answer your question. All of the things you want, I bring them here, and some of them I need to show you in practice. So what is the Mendeley? Mendeley is a free resource management system with Elsevier, for Elsevier company that has the publications that managing journals. It's bring up with the Mendeley, and it's web-based system. That means that you have to connect to internet, but it have some features you can use it offline. What it does, manage your references, read and annotate PDFs. It's like a PDF reader, cite research while writing, as I said, and collaborate. One feature that is very important in this management system is collaboration system that make groups, and you can share your idea and resources and citation with other collaborators. It's available on Mac, Windows, and Linux. and you can even use it on browsers. It has some feature that we will talk about later. Let's start installing it. For installation, you have to go to Mendeley website and download it. But you have to sign up for the account and create an account and sign in into the Mendeley with this account you are making. It's very easy. You download it and you can sign in very fast. Doesn't have any useless information. It's very straightforward. For installing it, I bring you here the link of that, and you can download it for yourself, or if you have, you can now using it with me. There are some add-on on this program. You can use it for add it to the Microsoft Word and other kind of browser like Safari or Edge or Chrome and Firefox. You have to go to the Mendeley. Let me show you here, because this is for remembering after the class. I will show you in action. After installing it, you can find it on the computer. You can see this part of the reference management. We call it library here. And first time you come here, it's give you some notation for taking the tour. I will do it later. First thing you do after installing it, go to the tools and install Mendeley site for Microsoft Word. When you click on it, it will go to the website of the Microsoft or Microsoft App Store. You can download it. If you download here, you can click on get it now and it will download it into your Word documents. After download it, I will show you the installed one. Here we have Word. When you open a blank page, into the reference tab, you click on it. Here you have Mendeley site. If you click on it, it will open. But keep in mind, the Mendeley, when you first time go in it, you have to sign in with your account. And then when you start the Word, you have to again here sign in with your same account. Be careful, the account must be identical. One thing you have to remember is sync every time you are signing into this. Because if you sync it, it goes over the cloud-based reference management system of the Mendeley, and you have all the data you are in this computer everywhere you want to use it. So keep in mind and sync it every time. Now, let's work with this management system and see what is it like. If you want to add some resources, you can drag and drop some resource like PDF. You can have some PDF. Let me show you. For example, here you want to have some papers. You drag and drop it here. Look at this. I don't drop it because when you drag and drop, it's instantly uploaded to Mendeley file system. But already I have some files that are added to it. These are the works I added. You can either add with PDF or you can add it with other version of the import. Some of the import versions are like this. Go to add button, add references, click on it. Import files, the same I do. You can drag and drop or import from your computer. You can choose and open and it will appear here. Or you can import folders. You have a folder contains of many other PDFs or HTML. It will understand it. Recognize the title, abstract, and other thing. I will show you that. Or import library. Here we have to download the these kind of extension from websites I will show you and download them and add them into your library. Let me show one example to you. Go into some search engine for organization, or for example Google Scholar. You can do it. Let's see here. You search something and go to the cite button. All of these websites have some cite button. When you click on it, it will bring you the citation, all kind of them, MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, Vancouver. If you don't know what kind of this you want to do or use, only go to BibTeX or .bib. If you go to the Mendeley here, you can see that this BibTeX, or you can download and import other kind of extension. But here, go to BibTeX. If you click on it, it's open new page. Right now it's have some issue because it's saying I'm a robot. I'm not robot. So after you doing it, you download it or go to other websites like ACM Library or Springer. If you go here, for example, for this paper, at the some place of this, for example, here is at the end of it, you click on it and it says you have to save it. And look at this, the extension is RIS, and here into the reference importing, we have RIS2. I already downloaded some of them. Let's see. I go to .bib here. Look at this, we have one .bib text. Here I click on it and open. It's uploading. Look at this, very good example here. It says I already have duplicate of this. If you want to find out the duplication of this, you have many ways to find out your duplication. One is when you import it. One is going to these tools and check duplicates, or here duplicates. Or when you upload it, you have the button here, review duplicates. I click on it and show me the works are duplicates. How it identify the duplication is identify them from DOI of the identifier of these papers. And for example, I want this one. I go to actions and I say keep this only or move reference to trash. It depends on your priorities or preference. I say that move to trash and keep this. Where is the trash? When you delete something, comes here to trash. Look at this, it's here. You can delete it for permanent or restore. If I click here, it's back, or permanently delete it here. Click on delete permanent. It's warned you, you can undo this action. And you have to be very careful about that. So it's importing very easy for us. The other way to importing the citation or papers is going to tools and search for article online. When you click on it, it goes to the Mendeley website and you can sign into your account and search for a paper. After searching, it brings all kind of paper you want. You can filter all the papers by these icons, but if you want to add some paper into your library, you have here in your you have to check the button here, add to library. I have already added these to my library. For example, I want to add it to my library and it will add it. If you check the name here and go to your Mendeley and refresh and syncing, you can find that. Let me see, for example, copy the name. Let me see. and go to search and copy the name, and we can see it. We scroll it here, the title is here. It is added to my library. So, and this is searching, and you can add favorites by starting your papers. And look at this, it's sync autonomically, and you can understand what is happening by this last thing rotating here, that automatically syncing your papers. When you can start this paper, you can collect all of your paper start into favorites. You click on favorites and you have all the papers here. Here all references shows you all references, recently added, just the recently paper added today or for 2 or 3 days. Recently read, this is the paper I read it recently, and this is favorites, and this is your publications. If you assign your email with the paper you are publishing, it will show publication of yours here. But if it doesn't show that, don't worry. You have to wait for a little and it will show you. You can sort your papers here with collections. You can go in here in collections and create a collection. When you click in here, you can add a name, collection 2 for example, and hit check. And when it syncs, you can go inside that and add some paper. Here you can click it, you can rename it, you can make available offline. I said that it's online version, and you can read your PDF with make it available offline, or you can delete it or export all of your collection with that. But here it's not available. How can available it? With importing some papers. For example, I check it. You can either drag and drop in or click here organize, add to collection or group. To add to collection, you can find out which of this collection you want to add. I want to add to second one, and it's syncing. Now we have the collection added here. Now you can export all of this collection as .bib or bibtext or EndNote or other kind of version of the styling here. But be careful, when you export these only export the identification, name, other things, not the file or PDF. Keep in mind that. One thing about that is when you scroll it down to the right, you have see here file. You can change the order of this, by the way. Don't worry. This tick here or checkbox says that all file downloaded. This is a paper I can download. When a paper is open access or your organization give you access to download it, or you have the PDF of it, it will make it available online by upload it and download it again for you. And if it's deleted from your computer or your laptop, you can again download it. Here it says the file is available, but I didn't download it. You can make it available by clicking on this. So this is a making collection and managing these references. One good thing that Mendeley has that other reference management not very good at is creating group. You can create a group to collaborate with your friends and other researchers or co-workers. You here click on create and name the group, and here it's not working. It guess it needs to sync. Maybe because I make a one group and I didn't. It's okay. Make two. Can delete this one. I said that you have to stay to sync, and after that you can use it. Now you click on this, it's empty now. You have to drag and drop file into this and or references and share it with other group. How to invite other people to it? You click on these three dots and manage group. Here you can add people or invite members. You can add to this button and put the email to them and send invitation. You can have 25 person per group, but for more group you have to pay for premium version, and or the organization can do it, or you can go on other version of the reference management system. So after adding people here and coming together, you can watch the folder here and make a repository here and formatted citation. Here you can choose which kind of these citation style you can use in this group. It's very good and effective for your research group. And collection make your work very straightforward and organized. For example, if you want to organize your work for a thesis or review paper, you can collect a review and drag all of the papers from your repository into the collection. And after syncing, you have all of the paper you want. And what is this dot here? It's the read button. It shows that did you read it or not, and I'll show you how to read it. The reading is by clicking on the paper you have in, or citation you have in. For example, here I have a document and I click on this. When you click on the document you added to your library, you can change or alter your information for this article. For example, here this is not article. For example, this is book. You have to change it. Click on this and go and change it to a book. Or it's not a book, it's journal paper or magazine article, etc. Anything you want. And you can even change the name of this by reading. Click on reading. This is open the file. It's embedded PDF reader. You can do reading, annotation, noting, and notebooking in. I will show you it in a moment. But here, before that, I'll show you how to change the information. The key information here, you can collapse it by clicking on it. You can change the author, year, month, issue, journal name, language, etc. And good thing here, it can understand the file you send and extract the abstract from it. And the URL here. One thing here, you can add manually the files from your computer, or you can delete it if it has the wrong file. The other thing is tag. You can add tags for searching later. If you want to later search some kind of group of paper, you can add tags. For example, it is the data science. It will comes here. Or it shows you here, this is in collection 2, and other information you can add to it. The annotation here, it shows what did you do with the text when you read it. I add some annotation. If I click it, open the PDF for me and show where I added this. How to add annotation here? We can do it with these buttons here. For example, if you here click on this, it shows your cursor as plus. You can add some comment. For example, I want to add comment here. And then I click away. It will come here to annotations, and if I click again, I can edit it. Or I can choose the color of this annotation here and it will change. Or I can drag and drop it and change the position. For make your cursor back, you can click on this icon or pan for moving the page. Here I can annotate or select some section of text here. For example, here is important for me, and when I double click on this, I can change the color and add note to this. Here we can choose a page into the notebook, and the notebook comes from here, and add to the PDF files in this section note. Add a new page, and I can write new title, for example. Add something. So here now I added some information to this annotation. For example, I can click on this and again read this. It will help you very much when you are annotating or you want to understand a paper or use some part of paper for next session or other groups you have. You can send to your group you made here, and people can understand what you exactly mean. And if you want again to change or alter the information of the page you are opening, you can click on info and bring all information saved for you. And keep in mind, you can find all the annotation here. All of them can access from web page 2. For example, if you go to Mendeley website, as already we are open this, you can find it in your library. If you click on library into website, it open exactly identical version of the Mendeley for you, and it may take some time, but it open this. Here is the page. Now this is the management of the library for you and working with Mendeley library. But how to work it with Word documents and citation into this kind of documents? When you open this, I said that you can add this panel by going to the Mendeley and install it. You can write some, for example, text here. Let me bring some text from the paper we already read. So I want to cite this. I copy it, I bring it to the Word. I guess it's not copying because some of these, I have to choose this. For example, this part of the text. I want to cite this that it's come from exactly this paper. What is the name of paper? I can copy the paper name and go into this search bar and paste it, and it will find that. You have to click here when you want to add the citation. I want to add it here exactly. So after that, I go and search the paper I want and click here and check it and add the citation here. Look at this, it is APA. For changing this, we will show you how to change the citation here. But for now, I want to add some other references here. For example, it is not correct, but I do for presentation only. Here, I want to add other. I can do multiple selection. Look at this. You can select multiple paper and I add. Look at this. they import it for themselves and not asking us to change it. You have to be careful. If you select your text and doing this will delete your text. So after doing this, we are citing our paper. Now we want to add some bibliography or references. For referencing, you can click on these three dots and insert bibliography. Mostly at the end of your work you have to do this. And click on this, and it's warn you that you have to put your cursor on the good place, not every place. A free place is the best place, and I say continue, and it's automatically add the bibliography. Notice this is not the version of the citation format for us. For example, we want IEEE formatting, and this is APA. For changing this, we have to go to the citation settings and click here, change citation style. It's APA, American Psychological Association 7th edition. Because it have some other edition, you can change the edition. You can go here and find whatever you want. These have lots of citation style, but here you want IEEE, and it show you the example. And here click update citation or citation style, and it change it. One of the magical things that this Mendeley has, when you want to cite or change your citation, for example here, I want to change this. I'll go back here and click on this. Look at here, it goes, and when I click, it's activated here. I can change, for example, I don't want this citation or reference here, and I click save and change all of this. Or maybe I want to add another citation before all of them. If you want to add it manually and in your manuscript, it's very difficult because you have to change all the numbering system from 1 to 3. You have to add the number or change before that. But here I can add other reference here, and you can see it automatically change all the numbering system for you. So up until here, we talk about how to add citation, how to manage library, and our papers. I already bring all of these into this slides. I will send you. All of these are explained here if you miss something. And let me see that annotation. I showed you annotation and make it available offline, and in the Word add-ons, and I showed you collaboration, and I showed you the website. That's okay. So let me see if you have any question or continue. It's okay. Now, there are some tricks that most academic don't know. Maybe they do know and don't say. I want to share it with you sometime that will help you lots of times and make you feel better. For example, if you go and download the citation, for example, we have here downloaded this, or into Google Scholar, we clicked on this. I guess it didn't bring it here. It asked us. On every website, when you go and search for paper, it always has a citation or quotation mark that you can download the citation. Here you can click on this and change your citation style here. Mostly they have beep text. Always download beep text. I will show you why. Because beep text you can change it manually if you have some problem with that. I already downloaded some. I don't know why it's not opening. I will show you the files here for you. For example, this is RIS. RIS, it's not opening very simple. It have to open with some other kind of programs. But in BibTeX, you can open it with any word processor or text editor. For example, you right click on this and open it any kind of word processor you have. If you don't have VS Code, I double click on it, open the VS Code. If you don't have this kind of word processor or notepad, you can go and open your notebook or notepad and just drag and drop it here. Look at this. Exactly what is here. But it's colorful and better to show this. This is the inside of the .bib format for you. This is the name of the paper that's saved for citation. This is the title. It is like a dictionary based formatting into Python or other programming languages. Key and value, it shows it. And for example, here we have the title of this year, a citation here, and this is kind of article. Sometimes you have to add or delete something. You can do it here and then go to the Mendeley and add it from here to your citation. You don't need to go everywhere and change your citation. It will help you a lot. The other trick you can do this is here. Here you can add up to as much as you can from other citation. For example, here one citation, I copy it here and come down. Here another one. You can do it and add some other citation. Here is identical and same, but you can add other. But don't do it a lot of citation. Sometimes Mendeley cannot read all of them, but you have to be careful. You can add up to 5, but in some cases I see 10 or 12 you can understand. This is a trick. You can add up all of your citation and import it together. The other thing that you can do it is exporting the citation. For example, here on file you can export all. You can export all of your citation here or the references here to these 3 kind of reference format. Here I'll show you .bib and XML. We can send it and RIS. I always recommend to save all of your document to .bib and .xml because you can read these with Notepad and editors like VS Code and others or Notepad++. Or you can select some of your papers and export it here manually. You can again have .bib, XML, here Word document, and here RIS. I exported .bib and name it export1 and save it here. And when I go and see where did here export one and I open it, You can see there are different papers I selected, and this is the format they are saved on your paper. If you don't know and it's very hard and scary for you, don't figure it out. Don't want to do that. Just go and export it all and use the file. For example, if you want to give all of your papers that's cited into library to your master or friend, go and select as much as you want, or select export all, and you can add it to your friends. So let me see if I have missed something. No, I said all of the management thing for you, but for plagiarism there are some tips and tricks. Let me collect it for you or wrap it up. Plagiarism is not only copy and pasting, it is wider meaning in the academic. Let me show you some example of that. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is copy or stealing someone else's work or idea and pretending they are yours without giving credit. It means that you don't cite it. There are different kinds of plagiarism, and four of them here. Direct plagiarism is exactly when you quoting something without citation. Mosaic is quoting from other parts or other paper. Self-plagiarism is plagiarism from or copying from yourself, or copying from your paper published that is have copyright or other kind of legalized law. You have to be very careful on self-plagiarism, because sometimes even if you are citing yourself, it's considered plagiarism, because sometimes it is not necessary. You have to be very careful and read the guidelines of the plagiarism in the articles and journals. Mostly, even you paraphrase something, cite it. The important thing is never copy and paste without citing. There are some tricks and tips for finding plagiarism on plagiarism checking. I'll show you in the next slide, but be careful about these kind of issues that you have to cite. Always remember cite at the first place, because it have penalties for not citing. You can find different kind of plagiarism checker online. Most of them are costly, or you have to pay for premium. Some of them, like Grammarly, have some basic level that is free, and you can choose one paragraph or two paragraph and show how much your paper has plagiarism or likely to be plagiarized. But the important thing is the best plagiarism checker are proprietary and you have to pay for them. Most the institution has them. I'll show some of examples here, but you can find free versions too. For example, iThenticate or the plagiarism detector. They are kind of other website. Here it is free, but it has premium again. But iThenticate doesn't have. It's very institutional based. For example, for universities, the best one I already have worked with that is this iThenticate, but it have some plans. You have to buy credit and very tricky. One trick you have to be aware of this when you go to plagiarism checker is this: don't put all your work at once, because sometimes when you are doing this doesn't show the plagiarism, but in free versions they ask you to pay for more. For example, for premium, go and place your work piece by piece, paragraph by paragraph, and you can understand which part has plagiarism. The second thing you have to remember is when you are using other people's work, paraphrase it completely. Because even if you cite that, some of these plagiarism checker check or flag your work as plagiarized. You have to be very careful and exact here. The next thing, I'll show the comparison of this plagiarism checker, that which one is good for you. This iThenticate is for researcher, Grammarly for a student, which is not very costly, but in the other is Turnitin. It's costly again. The universities buy this kind of software and give to a student. I don't know your university has or not. Maybe your university has this kind of stuff. Go ahead, ask a question. Do you have question? If you have, can ask. Okay. For free versions, you have to be very careful about the institution that support them and the database they have, because some of them has a limited database. You have to go, for example, into Elsevier or EndNote. They have the most comprehensive database for checking plagiarism. But the best thing is using your university and then go for another thing for checking for yourself. Always use two kind of these checkers, because some of them disappoint you and other say very promising word from your paper or thesis. Always remember, use reference manager like Mendeley, EndNote or other thing to automate your citations. Always run plagiarism checkers, and when in doubt, cite. And this is a thing I have to say, and thank you for listening. If you have any question, I'm here to answer your questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yasin, for the amazing hands-on
You're welcome.
workshop. Myself, I learned a lot from you. So I think Afra has a question. Yes, Afra. Yes, dear.
Go ahead, I listen.
Sorry, by mistake, I raised my hand. Sorry. Thank you,
Okay.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, anyone else has any question? No questions? Please, students, fill in the attendance form. And okay, Safia has one question. Doctor, if you can see in the chat, what about AI can be one of references I can trust it?
Let me see the chat. You cannot find the chat. Can you please repeat again?
Yes, Safia is asking, what about AI? Can AI can be one of the references I can trust?
Yes, you can trust AI, but you have to be aware that after finding a resource or anything for facts or proof from AI, you have to search it, because LLMs or large language models have issue of fabricating things. Maybe the thing they are giving to you is copied from other people and you don't know who is it, and fabricated some false news or information to you. You have to be very careful about that. But for one kind of LLMs, those are searching on web. So you can go and check the reference. And if the reference is okay, creditable, you can use it. Otherwise, no, don't do that. That's risky.
Doctor, again, Safia, she is asking if I use deep search?
Deep search is good, and I said that if it has the very good and authenticated references, for example, a website in Elsevier or data set from UCAI or other kind of university, you can do it. But always go check yourself, because there are risks of being fabricated, and be very careful. These kind of plagiarism detector can detect these kind of fabricated by LLMs very fast.
Okay, doctor, I have another question from Abib. If we write from my own, then ask ChatGPT to paraphrase, how it will work? I mean, ask to organize and correct.
It's okay to use AI chatbot to correct and paraphrase for you, but you have to be very careful that doesn't change your meaning. Sometimes they change your meaning, especially in technical realm. You have to check it exactly and read it again and again, or you can do a trick. Go with other kind of chatbot, like for example, you use black box and say, can you please use this prompt? Can you please check if two texts are same meaning or not? If this other LLMs or chatbot give you the report that it's okay, that's okay. But at the end, know that AI and ChatGPT or other chatbots are tools, not you. You have to think. They don't have creativity.
Okay, doctor, thank you so much. Any other question? Okay, Khamis has one question. I have received some information and real data from a company which I have taken as a case study. How to what, Khamis? You mean how to
Yes,
cite?
yes, doctor. I tried to open the mic, but now okay. Yes,
Okay.
I contact that company and they send me a data through the email. So how to make the citation for that information as email?
It depends on the information you received. Is it data set or not? If it is data set, you have to find a resource. Even if I work with some company that have data set, for example, data set in recognizing MRI pictures, they didn't verify which university or hospital provide this data set. You cannot verify them. For example, in some journals, they reject the data set clarity or verification. But if this is a kind of proprietary or organization that own the data, you can cite the website of data set or the company name and say that this is kind of proprietary or private data set, but the company must be reputable academically. But sometimes you can share it on GitHub or Kaggle or someplace else. But as always, go to search credible places for dataset.
Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any more questions?
Hello, can I ask a question, please?
Yes, sure,
Sure.
doctor.
Yeah, regarding the papers, when he give the instructions how to use the Mendeley, I just follow up with the doctor. But I get one paper, for example, in 2024, but I am unable to see full the text.
What do you
How to
mean I
see?
cannot?
Yeah, I
What do you
mean
mean I
how to
cannot
download
find?
how to download all the the introduction, the methodology, all. I found only the abstract.
Maybe the paper you are downloading in subscription base and not open access. You have to pay
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, it's
For
not open access. How to get that paper then?
there are
If it is not
millions
open
of ways to do that, but legal way is to go from institution or university library, ask them to give you access to them. If not, you can use some free paper. Can I say them? Teach them illegal way or not?
No,
Miss
no, no,
Zainab?
doctor.
No. So that is okay.
No,
I
We'll
because
can.
some
make
paper
problem
which is
for our master students.
no, but we need it really
But
sometimes.
we gave
So you
you,
can
we gave,
imagine that.
yes,
Imagine the illegal way.
There is any other
doctor,
software?
doctor, we gave subscription to O'Reilly Library to all our students. So
Yeah,
Lakhiyar,
do
maybe you
it.
can check.
Oh, there
Yeah,
is
but
one
the
way. One way is legal. If you know the scientist or researcher, go search their name, find their
yes.
research gate, ask
Uh-huh.
them to send you
Okay.
freely. They'll do that.
Yeah, and research the gate, they can reply to us. Okay then.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Or LinkedIn. They can
Okay,
send
thank
you.
you.
That's
Thank you.
very legal. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you, doctor.
that's a legal way. Okay. So, any more questions? Legal questions?
Yeah, ask your legal question. It's very important for you.
Okay, then it seems everything is fine. So thank you so much, Doctor, for
You're welcome.
your contribution, and thanks everyone for attending the workshop. Please attend tomorrow workshop same time. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Goodbye and thank you. And thank you, Miss
Thank
Zainab.
you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.